Another day, another cash secured put. So I've been looking at Carnival Cruise Lines for a while. I haven't traded any options on this stock before. I've been watching it and I did a video whether or not I should add it to my list of tickers. I decided to add it to my list of tickers that I'm watching, and then today I'm going to actually sell one cash secured put to try it out and keep an eye on and see how it does. So I got the Yahoo chart here. So it was kind of trending down here, and then back in December, it kind of shot up, moved sideways a little bit, and then it kind of took a dip down. So I'm thinking maybe around, got down as low as a little bit less than 25. But previous to that, if I go back to 1 year, it was lower here. And it seems like it's kind of a seasonal thing too, as far as earnings and some different things. So let me go back to the 6-month chart here and look at the RSI. It's on the lower end and it's kind of trending up a little bit. Of course, with the price movement going up, it's going to trend up. It's a little bit above the 50-day moving average. So I'm going to go ahead and do one cash secured put and see how it goes. So I already got the option chain open here on Fidelity. I already clicked on puts. I'm looking at the monthly expirations. It does have weekly. So if I looked at January 30th, which would be next Friday, and came down around the 27 strike price, that'd only be like $23 at the 27 strike price. If I go to February 6th, looking at about 40 cents, there's not much volume here either. So that's why I like the monthly expirations. There's more volume. And as you can see, there's quite a bit for the February 20th, the 27 strike price, the 28 strike price. So this one's got a 42 delta, which is kind of high. The 27 has a 31 delta. The 2750 is at 36, but there's not a ton of volume in open interest there. I kind of like the open interest to be 500 or more. I want to make sure there's a lot of people who are interested in obtaining this option if I decide to buy it back later. So I'm going to go 27, 31 delta, 67 cents premium. So I'm just going to do one contract because I'm just dipping my toes into this. So sell to open, one contract. It's a put, February 20th, 27 strike price. I'll make $67. But I'm going to look at the bid and ask. There's a 10-cent difference. I'm going to go midpoint, try to squeeze out an extra $5 here. And it all looks good. So it's not a big moneymaker, but I'm just, like I said, dipping my toes into this for the first time. And let's place the order. Okay, I went into the trade. It is stuck, hasn't been filled. So I went into the replace trade. And you see I'm trying to sell it for 72. Remember, we're selling something and we're trying to get top dollar, but the midpoint is now 70. So I'm not going to make as much. Let's try not to be greedy. Actually, so that it fills, let's go just a little bit less. And let's try this. So this is good. So what happened while I was sitting here thinking about it, it actually did fill for that price. So let's take a look at that. Okay, went over and grabbed a screenshot. So it did fill at 72 cents. So that's good. I guess I was just being too impatient. So now let's go ahead and add it to my option tracking spreadsheet. Before we do that, let's do a little bit of math here. So we did do the 27 strike price, one contract, and we got it for 72, not 67. So put that in there. So it's 29 days till expiration. And so we end up having to have $2,700 in collateral. There's the premium. So the return that we're getting off the $2,700 is 2.67% for 1 month, which is pretty good. And the annualized return is 33.5%. So that's pretty good too. So let's jump over and look at the tracker here. So we did a sell. So the price was about $28.50. So this is not important for any type of calculations except for information later when I jump in to see how things went. And I forgot what the delta was, so I had to pause that and go look. So I can't remember what it was, but it's 0.30 right now. And then put myself a little note here that this is the first time I traded Carnival Cruise Lines. I'll remember that next week and the week after, but several months from now, I won't remember if I want to go back and see how things had gone. So to review, we sold today's 22nd, February 20th expiration, Carnival Cruise Lines, a put, cash secured put, 27 strike price, one contract, 72 cents per share, collateral, $2,700, and was trading for $28.50 and the 0.30 delta, first time trading Carnival Cruise Lines. So a couple things, if you're brand new to this and learning options, this delta means a couple things. It can mean a couple things. And one of the things it can be used for is kind of calculating your percent chance that you'll get assigned the shares. So there's like a 30% chance that the price at Carnival Cruise Lines will be $27 on February 20th. If it's not $27, let's say it's $27.10, this option will expire worthless. And what I mean by worthless, this will be a zero. It just expires. And then the $72 is mine to keep. Well, it's mine to keep anyhow. So I've already collected that premium, that $72. What's more likely will happen if the price of Carnival goes up, let's say to 30 or something like that, and then a few weeks goes by, this contract is going to be worth less and less. And I'm just going to put a number in here, which is kind of a realistic number. So at some point it might only be worth 25 cents. So it's gone from 72, which I sold it at. If it gets down to 25 cents, I might look at it and say, hey, I made 2/3 of my money off of this. I want to buy this back at a discount and move on to another trade. Perhaps at this price range, maybe SoFi or something else looks like a better deal. So I want to buy this back to free up my $2,700. And when I do that, overall, I will have ended up making $47. So that's probably more realistic long term what I'll make off this trade here. Now, if the price is below 27 on the 20th of February, I will agree to buy 100 shares of Carnival Cruise Lines for $27. And you can see my previous trades here. I usually close them out, buy them back at a discount, and then I pocket the difference here, and it does pretty well. And that's how I generate extra income in my retirement. And I haven't had to touch any of my 401k and IRA money up to this point. However, I am going to start taking some money out of my IRAs soon because I want to convert some of that from my regular IRA to my Roth. And I'm at retirement age and I need to start paying attention and paying some taxes on that so I don't get clobbered too hard when I get old and gray. I can't enjoy it. So anyhow, this is not financial advice at all. It's just an example of making a trade and what I do, and don't try this at home. And if you like this type of thing, go ahead and subscribe.